Alright, Merry Christmas, everybody. 2018 here in Changzhou, Dollar Store Dynasty. Hope you're all having a nice one. Hope you're having spending your time with your family. For me, China, I've seen a lot of Christmases come and go, and spent them mostly alone, and you wouldn't even know it was Christmas. Last night went out to a Christmas party. It was kind of nice, got to talk with some Americans, Russians, British, Australians, South Africans. So it's kind of good. Drank a little. They had a Secret Santa. I didn't buy anything for it. I just kind of brought a bottle of Sambuca. And that was that. I always kind of steer away from strangers, engaging, strangers, parties and things like that. But there was enough people from where I worked for me to head out there and check it out. So it was, it was kind of a nice change of pace, I guess. And today is Christmas. It was last night, Christmas Eve, and today's Christmas. I'll probably give my parents a call, just to kind of wish them happy holidays, Merry Christmas. And that's about it, And today I went out to the Christian church here to just kind of check that out and see what that was like here in China. I've been to other churches before in China, and I always kind of felt it was kind of weird being in China on Christmas, celebrating Christmas in China, especially to the extent that like the schools will go to make a deal, and we did our Christmas show, and you can see, I had to go out. I went out as Santa and brought gifts to the kids and stuff like that. But it was kind of weird because they still actively persecute Christians in this country. I've seen churches that were boarded up and had their notices on it before in Nanjing. So it's not just make believe necessarily. But the Christian church here in Changzhou is pretty well established, it seems, and pretty openly, holds its services, and it's not like sort of an underground thing, as you can see. It was quite interesting, in a lot of ways. I think there was still like a little bit of a feeling that I was going to hook up with somebody. Being holidays, and that seems to be one of the expectations, I guess, of a lot of people's holidays, that you are with someone that you love, or you perhaps are willing to, I don't know, you're going to share love or something, I don't know, to be honest with you. Certainly when I was younger, I would, hook up. But I'm older now, and I just don't see myself getting involved with people on those terms that much anymore. I'm gonna only embrace familiarity and things that I've had some sort of. I just don't feel like the awkwardness of intimacy. The awkwardness of intimacy can sort of overweigh my desires. So anyway, so I was sitting there, and it seemed like some girls were trying to flirt with me, and I'm just not doing anything. Anyway, just wanted to wish you happy Christmas. See what it is. Made some fried rice. Fried rice basically is your leftovers, and since it's the end of the week, that's basically what I made today. Cooked up my leftovers and made fried rice out of them. I kind of had this thing where I take, you make a sauce for your dumplings, jajang sauce, and usually I'll have a lot of that left over, and that goes as like the sauce for my fried rice. It actually tastes pretty good. But it is, it's a leftover meal. So I made some of that today. I'll be eating that. Try and watch some films here, maybe some Christmas films, and that'll be it, for the holiday. Tomorrow I gotta go back to work, and started to go through all that again. But at least all that Christmas stuff is out of the way, and they went overboard. The production, it went. I thought it wasn't a disaster, but it was much in need of rehearsal and more sort of. We needed to take a look at it, especially our line dance. I ended up growling and stuff like that because we were doing it in rehearsal, and I just kind of took it up from what the head of the line was doing. He was doing some growling to give the other actor a kind of indication of what he could expect, and so I took that up on the microphone during the performance, and I didn't like it at all. That was terrible. And there was some sound glitches, that could have sound cues that were missed and things like that should have been worked out in rehearsals. And we didn't do anything on the stage. We never rehearsed it on the stage. We just rehearsed it in a little classroom. And as far as the line dance goes, we did it like twice. But I started researching it and was seeing a lot of things I thought would have worked a lot better than what we ended up doing. But for the most part, people loved it, or I don't know if they loved it, but they thought it was the best of the show. I hear a lot of that feedback, and I'm kind of willing to believe that for the most part. It was pretty. It was pretty visual, and it was pretty. Pretty elaborate, I guess, for considering the other pieces that were being done, other performances that were being done. And that's that. I got a couple of gifts from students. I had one student, very thoughtful gift, gave me the Ernest Hemingway, Snows of Kilimanjaro. That's kind of cool. They must also kind of tells me somebody out there is following my private accounts or my WeChat accounts, because I had posted an interest in Hemingway. Earlier in the year, so somebody kind of was watching, and they got me that gift. I appreciate them reading it, and I'm familiar with some of the short stories, but I haven't read them all, so that's kind of cool. And I'm a big Hemingway fan. I always enjoy Hemingway's short stories. Not a big fan of his novels, though, to be honest with you. I always kind of felt that he was a master of the short story. Also got the Chinese apple here. This is in China. It's a tradition to give the apple, pingguo, pingan, I guess, is a way of saying peace. And this is kind of fruit of peace or something like that. Just because the Chinese name is similar to that. So they give out apples here as a kind of a Christmas tradition. And fruit is a very popular gift in China. It's always kind of like there. If you're gonna buy somebody just kind of a gift to show appreciation, or just kind of to show to share something with somebody, fruit is a pretty common gift, and it's always well received. It was a gift that we were giving out when we were doing the Santa's visit. As a little memento of the visit, we were giving out little lamps that I thought were really cheap, just kind of like junk that was, if the minute it fell on the floor, was going to just bust, and that would be it, go in the garbage. I really wish we had given out fruit, instead, to the kids, a basket of fruit, because it would be kind of something that everyone could appreciate. And what else? I guess that's about it. Just wanted to kind of show you what my Christmas year is in China, what it's kind of been like for my 8 years in China for the most part. It's even this. There's been times it's been even like less noticeable. And certainly in my lifetime, I've seen Christmases go without even sort of a Christmas light or even a Merry Christmas, But anyway. Merry Christmas to everybody. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year, too. And you guys stay tuned, and we'll catch up with you on the next show, on the next one. Oh, I guess, should I mention it? I don't know. Talk a little bit. I always kind of, think about Shing. I still kind of wish she would contact me, and he never does. So that's something that crosses your mind. Anyway, take it easy. You guys have a good Merry Christmas. Have a Happy New Year, and we'll talk to you in the next show. Stay tuned.
Wow.